I've been running now for about 7 or 8 years, and I've obviously never thought I'd be able to do it. But it was interesting. When I was quite heavily overweight, being about 100 kilos as a 15, 16-year-old, you sort of think that things can't change. But it was interesting. A friend of mine put me on some scales, and he said, take weight off your legs and tell me when it doesn't hurt. That is, my prosthetic leg doesn't hurt. And I stood on the scales and pressed, and about 25 kilos off my feet made my right stump not hurt. So that was my goal, to not be in a situation where the pain was there, and that was my drive, to lose the 25 kilos. Business is very similar to going for a run, and 4 or 5 times a week I'll probably go for a 10k run. In that, the hardest thing that I find when coaching business people is the implementation of the skills and knowledge that we teach them. And it's a bit like going for a run. It's just that challenge of physically getting yourself there. It's not so much the pain of the run itself, it's more the implementation of actually physically pushing yourself to be there. Once you're in the middle of it, you're often obviously A, part enjoying it, or B, more or less when you're actually finishing it, you have completely enjoyed it because you've done the thing that you set out to achieve. So it's interesting as I go for a run. I mean, the first part of it's always the toughest, I find, and that is wanting to do it. And what I always try and teach is when you don't want to do something is when you get more out of it, as opposed to when you do want to do something, you probably get less out of it. That's about 2 k's in. That's Oldham Avenue to Newtown. It's one of the steepest hills in Hobart to climb, and always put that at the start of my run, because what I know about certainly the people that we've researched as successful, and the people that start their day, they usually start it with the hardest things first, and then their day can only get a bit easier. So the reason why I put this in so early in the run is get the hard thing over first, get them out of the way, and then the run all becomes easier as you go through it, a bit like your working day's life. With this foot, it's because it's a running foot, it's go very good downhills but not uphills. It obviously doesn't want to go up hills, and it's what I find interesting. What it reminds me going up these hills are guys when they're set with challenges in the business place, and often we are set with challenges. A lot of people would stop at that, and the key to these challenges is you just got to keep grinding through it, because eventually when you do get through on the other side, you do get over those crests. As you can see, I'm about 30 seconds away from getting over that crest. And it's funnily enough, I always remember I met a guy by the name of John Banks. John used to be the mayor of Auckland, and being obviously a mayor, having a lot of responsibility, I had a coffee with him about 6 months ago, and he left me with a thing that just rung in my ears, and that was 9/10 out of the problems that we think we have are self-inflicted, in that they don't happen, and 1 out of 10 of the times they do, and they're only half as bad. And I'll never ever forget that. And I always remember all these challenges that ever come my way in business or in work life, there's always the crest, and once you get over it, it's easy flowing. It's a bit like going to the gym. When you exercise your mind through those challenges, by the time you get through the other side, you always come out stronger. That's one guarantee. It's interesting, after doing 10 k's, you sort of, towards the end of it, your mind starts saying all these really weird things like, you can't do it, it's hurting, my back's hurting, the end of my leg's hurting, oh my god, the ankle's going to break on the leg, geez, my lungs are hurting, and whatnot. It's funny the tricks the mind can play when the body's under stress, and not too different to in the working environment when you're under stress and things aren't quite going your way. The way you talk to yourself is not true. It's the mind playing tricks with you. That's why it's always important to make decisions calm and collectively and under stress. You make decisions under stress, not feeling like you make the wrong decisions.